Welcome back to Vice City with the music, the radio ads, and the GTA dystopian vision of the 80s in Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories.
It's the refreshing way to start or end your day. For fresh breath and a smile, pop it in your mouth and wait for the wow.
Release the gum that shoots a load in your mouth.
We're watching the Sony PSP version of this game so that you can bring the debauchery with you wherever you go. If you've played one Grand Theft Auto, you've pretty much played them all at this point, but this is Vice City, a magical happy place, like a giant sandbox filled with a flock of seagulls. Who we hear in the background right now. It wouldn't be Vice City without some flock of seagulls. This game is a prequel to Grand Theft Auto Vice City, one of the greatest video games ever created. In Vice City Stories, the main character is Vince Vance, who sadly is nowhere near as entertaining as Tommy Vercetti. So once you get used to Vince, the game just takes off like normal. What's most impressive about Vice City Stories is that they managed to cram Vice City onto the portable PSP, although you can also get this game on the PlayStation 2. And while it doesn't have as much detail as its big brother, the game itself is pretty much more of the same. You play through the storyline, make new friends, blow them up, betrayal, deceit, explosions, mayhem. It's Grand Theft Auto. But if you're anything like me, you're easily distracted from the storyline, and it's mayhem creating time. Given the size of the game, gameplay on the PSP is excellent. It's not as smooth as the other games, and the controls take some time to get used to. I think that it definitely would benefit from a dual analog stick configuration. It's hard to see what's going on around you sometimes. Holding down the front right button will effectively lock you onto targets for combat. You can hold the front left button and then move the analog stick to spin the camera around. Sometimes it feels like you need three hands, though, to control things properly, and the driving works about as well as any of the other games. It's hard to stay focused when playing this game because it's so much fun to just go berserk and create sheer chaos, panic, and mayhem. And Vice City and their excellent mockery of the 80s is hysterical. They've gotten much darker since then. I like the humor in the Vice City games. And I love the music in this game. It's fun to just steal cars, drive around, and listen to some tunes. In addition to a new storyline and the awesome collection of music, the other highlight to Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories is the Empire building. This is how you earn money in the game. You just conquer these illicit operations, build them up like property on a Monopoly board, defend them like your turf in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and earn money while you're out on the town creating chaos.
I'm underage, Big Daddy.
This game gets an A+ for music with Rat, the Scorpions, Flock of Seagulls, The Cure, New Order, Pat Benatar, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, and more. While Flash, V-Rock, and The Wave get most of my attention, the new radio advertisements and talk radio are well produced and amazingly obnoxious, offensive, and hysterical. And there's a Ferris wheel in this game, but seriously, the music is half of Vice City. To the shopping mall. Even with the inclusion of ad hoc multiplayer, I'd say this game is about 80% as awesome as the original Vice City. Some things have been added, some things have been taken away, but it's pretty much more of the same, and when more of the same is Vice City, you don't want it to change. And the fact that you can bring this with you wherever you go, play a mission here and there, build your empire, save frequently, makes Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories a must-have for fans of the original Grand Theft Auto. Vice City. Now, if you'll excuse me, I was about to embark on another mission, but once again, I was distracted, and this happened. It seems to happen a lot in this game. GTA Vice City Stories is rated M, packs hours and hours of gameplay, and even with some slowdown when things really get busy, it's one of the most impressive PSP games I've seen.